Good morning from Seattle, from Pike Place Market. Today we are heading out on our 7-day cruise to Alaska. Again, this is the first cruise of the entire season. We will be the only cruise ship out there. So before we go, we're gonna go and grab some breakfast and then we'll head on the ship.
All right, honey, have a good day. I'll see you on Monday.
All right, we just headed outside because there is the cruise ship. Spending the next 7 days on this bad boy. Now, we did buy an upgrade to an aft cabin. And I believe we're on this top floor right there. So that'll be really nice. Norwegian Dock's very close to Pike Place. So it's a nice, easy walk. Another view of the cruise ship over there, and we are at the Starbucks. And I cannot believe there's no line here. We waited for about 45 minutes yesterday. It's about 8:30 in the morning. And this whole line was filled yesterday. But today, there's nobody. Time for some breakfast.
And then can I also do one of the BBs? And then that's it.
We went to the pierogi, and we got 4 different things, but really only 3 different flavors. Let's see. So we got 2 of these. They're like a breakfast one. It's like bacon, egg, and cheese. And then this one is a potato and cheese. And then chocolate hazelnut, yes. aka Nutella. Yes. All right, we're here at Pier 66, which is really, really close to downtown Seattle. Our Uber driver just dropped us off. So we're gonna go in and check in for our cruise. Well, Brian didn't finish his check-in, so we weren't able to print our bag tags, but no problem, because they were able to do it at the terminal. So here's the sign. If you do forget your luggage tag or have an issue. And so yeah, so it's a pretty long line here today. So definitely try to remember your baggage tag. But I mean, we were in and out in just a few minutes. So not too bad. There's a big protest here today about the cruise.
Tired of the excuses and tired of the inaction of report on climate and health. But we're not tired. We're not tired of talking. We're not tired of taking action. And we're not tired of telling the port about the health impacts of cruise ships. So what are the health impacts of cruise ships? You know, probably many of you are not surprised to know that the black soot, the black carbon that's coming from the vents on these cruise ships, the small particulate matter, is known to cause an increased risk of heart and lung disease. But what you probably don't know is that there's an increased incidence of lung cancer in people who don't smoke, which probably includes most people here. The small particulate matter in a study from London last year was shown to be directly linked.
What's it called? Protests going on. But this is Pier 66. It's quite a long line to get in, but the line's moving pretty quickly.
While the EPA is holders,
We are called upon to meet our needs without irreversibly damaging the prospects of our children and grandchildren.
All right, let's head inside.
From Bar Harbor.
So as soon as you get on, they split you based on your assembly station. So there's actually two places you can board. So we are assembly station G7. So we are heading towards the aft of the ship for boarding. Very interesting. Never seen this before. And we're officially back on Norwegian. So let's head on over to our assembly station. All right, so the first thing we're doing before we even go to our muster station is this. So you want to find one of these boards as quickly as you can, because this is where you're going to book all of your reservations. So if you want to go see Jersey Boys, we just booked that. Most of these are open seating, but as you can see, like this Jersey Boys show only has 134 seats left. This one only has 49. So if you want to go and see something, you got to book it really, really fast. So this is also a first for us. The rooms are already ready. Normally the rooms are not ready for a few hours, but the ship came actually this morning from Vancouver and didn't have anybody on it. And so we were able to get on right away and we were able to get into our room. All right, here we are, 15280. So this is not just a regular balcony. I paid a little extra for this one. So let's see why. All right, so this is why we paid a little bit extra for this balcony. It's an aft balcony. So we are at the back of the ship. We'll be able to see the wake. And I thought that for this cruise, this would be worth the extra money. Because not only are we going to be able to see everything on one side of the ship, but we'll get the full 360s. My only concern is after you do this, I don't know if you can go back to a regular room. But yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and before we start unpacking, let's do a room tour for you. All right, so as I already mentioned, this is an aft facing balcony. So we are on the 15th floor. We are the highest floor you can be on. Believe it or not, it was actually the same price for any of these aft balconies. So we decided to go with that because the only thing that's above us is the spa. And then we're also on the same floor as the observation lounge. So I already went on the balcony. We have one lounge chair and two regular chairs out there. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and spin around. So pretty good sized room. You have the couch. You have little reading lights by the bed. You have quite a few cabinets down here for storage. There also will be I think it's in here, a mini fridge. If you are a Latitudes Award member, normally they will leave something like this in your room. I happen to be Platinum. And so I just want to show you that they actually have these little coupons in here. So it kind of says what your perks are. And then you also have the coupons that you can present. So we get a dinner for 2 and a bottle of wine, another dinner for 2, and 1 free bag of laundry. So pretty cool. And they also left a bottle of water in here. So again, that's because of my status, not because of the room that we booked. So nice big cabinet in here. You do have the in-room safe. These laundry hangers are the best way to tell whether you're going to have a good day or a bad day, because when these start swinging side to side, you know you're probably going to be getting seasick. All right, and in the bathroom, just a normal cruise bathroom in here. So I like the amount of shelves that it has. You have another storage container or storage cabinet underneath the sink. And then we have the Norwegian Cruise Line hand soap. And in the bathroom, or sorry, in the shower, you also have their body wash and shampoo. This is supposed to be a 2-in-1 shampoo. I like that they have a separate body wash and the shampoo, because on Royal Caribbean they just have the one and it's very, very drying, I find. So hopefully this will be much better. All right, we just got delivered our chocolate covered strawberries for being platinum. So we are going to go ahead and dig into those. And then our plan for today is to go ahead and explore a little more of, so this is one of the reasons why we were really excited about being on this level, because you just have to keep walking right through and you're right in the observation lounge. So there's a ship model and then all the different plaques from the different ports, and there's a ton of them. I think this is the biggest ship model I've ever seen. Look at all that. So plenty of places to sit in here, and they also have food. They have some meats and cheeses, desserts, sandwiches, fruit, coffee, water. Just a nice place to relax. All right, so at the front of the observation lounge, they have more food. They have a bar, plenty of seating, and if you go towards the front, that's where you have the two-story. I'll zoom out. Here you have the big two-story observation. See the Space Needle over there. And this ship was the first one that had this observation lounge. They specifically designed it for Alaska, and then most of the ships in this class now have the same lounge. All right, so we just entered the Garden Cafe, which is the big buffet here, and it is super packed. As you can see, just one floor below us was the observation lounge that had some light bites, and it was pretty empty. So just an idea to stay away from this place and try the observation lounge. So we haven't been on Norwegian in about 5 years, and even the last time we went with Brian, that was his first time, but it was on the Norwegian Sky, which was really small. And I kept telling him that you got to try these big ships, especially with the food, because Royal Caribbean food is just really not that good. And I think he is in love. What do you think?
Delicious.
Trying some of the Indian food and the Asian food. I think it's just the variety too that's really amazing on this ship. So it's like 50 degrees and raining out, but you know those kids have to be in the pool. So there's some that just went into the swimming pool. They were in the splash pad, but I'm not gonna lie, if this opens, I'm definitely doing the tube. The drop slide, I don't know about, but I'm definitely doing the tube this trip. Right next to the Cruise Next X is Starbucks, and we did get the Starbucks package included with booking through Chase. So basically we can come to Starbucks as much as we want, and we did not get the alcohol package. So this is a really good alternative, and it's just a regular Starbucks. They have all the mugs, they have everything. So they have the Norwegian Bliss, they have Los Angeles and Miami and Seattle, I believe, as well. But yeah, we can get as many drinks as we want. Pretty cool. Right, so because I am a platinum, I went down to Cruise Next, and they gave me all of my complimentary events. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the observation lounge, we have the exclusive gathering. They usually have some alcohol and some snacks complimentary. And Brian is only a bronze, but they are allowing him to go to this one. And then on this side, tomorrow we have the behind the scenes tour. And on the 11th, we have wines around the world. I tried to see if I could transfer this one to Brian because I know he would enjoy it more than I would, but unfortunately only the platinum guest is allowed to. It's a company policy, so that's okay. That's understandable. But then yeah, we have the wines around the world. So yeah, we'll see how those go. Brian was waiting for his coffee, his second coffee at Starbucks, and I saw somebody holding this. And I asked if they found it, but they said no, they actually made it. So we actually exchanged ducks. So I gave them one of ours, and we got one of these. And this apparently is their first cruise ever. How fun! So it is WrestleMania, and this was the best we could do. We have it on my computer. And this is the upgraded internet package. It's supposed to allow streaming, and so far so good. It was kind of slow to load. I was a little nervous, but it's working pretty good now. All right, so the captain just came on, and they said that, they're finishing up preparations to leave. However, they're saying that the first half of our trip is going to be, what did they say, unsteady? Unsteady. I guess there's like a big system coming in, a low pressure system, and they're expecting big swells and wind, and I'm just glad I brought a lot of motion sickness tabs. So this is one of the dangers when you're doing Alaska. Even if you're doing like an inside passage tour, it doesn't really matter because you're still at some point going to the Pacific Ocean. So we will definitely report back on how bad it is tomorrow. We are finally leaving. We're going to go head up to like deck 16, 17 and go actually watch the sail away from outside. But nice view from our room. And we'll see you in 7 days back in Seattle. Goodbye, Seattle. It's starting to rain here. It's time to sail away. All right, there's Seattle behind us. So we are moving on out. I've already taken plenty of Dramamine in preparation. I feel like this is going to be a really rough one the next couple days. But yeah, we're going to go hang out the rest of the evening, grab some dinner, go to maybe a show, go to a raffle or two. And the only thing I want to show you is this. Here is the go-karts. And they're having a bunch of issues already. They've had a few go-karts they had to stop. So good thing, we weren't the first people on here. Speedway is open. At some point, we'll definitely do this. It's $15 per person. But they're moving pretty good. Sail away party. Kids are in the pool. It's raining. The laser tag, the door is open, so I can just show you real quick. They only have it going at night, but I think this is definitely something we're going to do. That's cool. Alright, we haven't been on the waterfront yet because that's where they were boarding people, and they were also doing some refueling, so we're going to go head out there. Waterfront is a really cool concept with Norwegian on these ships. And so basically it's a bunch of the restaurants. You can sit inside or outside, and they also have some bars. They have a gelato shop and the bake shop accessible, and they also have some seating, which is really nice. Maybe not for this cruise, but in general it's pretty nice. So on the waterfront they also have these binoculars you can use. Here's a first view of the wake. And yeah, you can barely even see Seattle in the distance there. We are really moving. So far, decently calm seas, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. All the way in the back of the ship, they also have these see-through, if you want a little thrill. All right, we are at the Manhattan room, and it was very, very busy. as I show you the appetizers. It was very busy. They gave us a pager to come back, but it only took like 10 or 15 minutes. And so we actually got a really good seat, which I'll show you in a minute. But here we have the appetizers, the classic entrees that are available every night. And then you also have today's featured entrees. And here's our view. It's not, you know, it's not beautiful, but at least we get the water view, which is always really nice and relaxing. As always, you got to start with the bread basket. All right, Brian's starting with some wontons, and I have the French onion soup. The second appetizer is a Greek salad, and Brian got a... All right, and finally our appetizers. I got the chicken piccata, and Brian got the baked ziti. Finally, for dessert, we have the chocolate lava cake. Brian got one too, and he also got a creme brulee. It's about 8 p.m. Still see plenty of mountains out there, and we are pretty quickly still. Take a look at this one right ahead. So it is still pretty cloudy, but yeah, really nice out here for sure. Moving fast, and the wind is pretty strong. Well, it's still nice and bright out here about 8 p.m. Starbucks is open today until 10 p.m., so we're grabbing another coffee. But I also wanted to show you, when you're closer to the water, you can really see the speed. So I don't really get too nauseous anymore on cruises, but if I end up looking at the water, yeah, it's pretty bad. We just got back to our room, and this is the first time we really see what it looks like out of the back of our cabin. Yeah, this is amazing. What a view. Sun is setting. It's getting darker. Wow, amazing. We're making a big turn now, and it's a bit hard to see, but actually the camera's picking up on it pretty good. We're making this big turn. There's a mountain over here. You can see kind of the top to it. Just really beautiful being on the back of the ship. And that's why we were so close to the shore, because the pilot ship is coming to pick up the pilot, or just picked him up. And we are now on our own. One way you can always tell how bad the rocking is in the ship is by the coat hangers. So when they start really flinging back and forth, you know you're probably going to be in big trouble, especially if you're motion sick. So right now we're heading out to the Pacific Ocean, and they're moving a bit, but we'll see how it is tomorrow. All right, good morning for day 2. It is about 5:30 in the morning. The ship is rocking and rolling. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go, the observation lounge has the early riser breakfast this morning starting at 5:30. So I'm actually going to go and grab a little bit of something to eat, because I did take some extra Dramamine, but normally I really need to eat something so I don't get sick. So one of my tips for this cruise is that if you are somebody that does get motion sick, always have snacks in your room. It does help out. All right, so this is the observation room, the observation lounge, first thing in the morning. Absolutely nobody in here. So I'm gonna go and see if we can see the aurora from here. If not, I'm gonna go up, and they're still getting the food out. So this should at least be something to, you know, hold me over and let the Dramamine kick in. But we'll go up front and just see what we can see. So the glass is reflective, so you can't really see anything. So I'm gonna go up to deck 16 and take a look out there. I don't know if the seats are getting rougher or if it's just from being in the front of the ship. It is bad up here. You are really moving up and down. Yes, I'm in the bathroom right now. I know it's weird, but I'm the only one in here, I promise. I wanted you to hear. That's from the ship moving. Yeah. The pool is another good way to see how bad the waves are. Honestly, it's not that bad. I've seen it where the water is completely coming out of the pool. So we'll see how it gets later today. They said that later today is going to be rough. Obviously, you can't see anything because it's just pitch black, but it is quite cloudy out. And today was not going to be a strong aurora anyways, so we're definitely not going to see anything. But we'll check back another day. All right, so here's the early risers breakfast. You have fruit, pastries, and then some cereal. All right, Starbucks is open. Starbucks time it is. Make your own omelet bar. If you take a look straight ahead, you can see the ship going up and down. So the buffet is right above the observation lounge. So you can definitely eat with a view up here. All right, here's the view from our balcony this morning. It is raining. It's pretty cold out, but I don't even have a winter jacket on. It's not that bad. You can see the seas are starting to pick up. Now we're getting the white caps a bit. We just came from the buffet, which is at the front of the ship, and the ship was really moving up and down and slamming against the waves. And it really is honestly such a difference being at the back of the ship. But today's supposed to be very cloudy. We're going to do a lot of stuff inside today. A lot of fun and exciting things yet to do. And we'll take you with us. I just found my first duck out in the wild. So I actually put a replacement, one of my ducks, right where I found it. This is the Sudoku challenge. I did this many cruises ago and won it. So basically you just have 15 minutes to complete the challenge. Look at these waves coming off the ship. Yeah, this is pretty rough today. I'm sure it's gonna get way worse later. The video really doesn't do it justice because of this like steam on the windows, but it's pretty rough out there. All right, and now we're checking in for the behind the scenes tour.
Sometimes the workers will do something crazy.
Wow.
Kilograms per load.
All right, you know it's going to be a bad day when they have the seasickness bags on every single railing on the ship. The room from the behind the scenes tour, there's only 13 of us that went. Honestly, if it was the same tour that most people are going to go on, I wouldn't pay $139 for it. It wasn't that interesting, to be honest. So if it's something that you're considering doing and considering paying for, I would definitely put pause on it. But I had to pause because I don't know if you can see, there's it's so cold out that my breath is fogging up. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And here are the current seas. So yeah, lots of white caps. That's why they have the puke bags on every stair railing. It's raining out. It's just kind of miserable, but that's all right. We're going to Alaska. It'll be okay. Up on the pool deck, you can get a better idea for the current temperature and weather with all of the steam coming off the pool. Yeah, there's nobody out here today. And you can see the water splashing, so it's not that bad. I mean, it's not coming out completely like I've seen on other cruises. Yeah, definitely nobody out here today. Everyone's inside. Our room steward is doing our room right now, so I just wanted to show you, if you are prone to motion sickness or if the waves are bothering you at all, just continue to eat little bites throughout the day. I find if I have just like a little sandwich or something every couple of hours versus eating really big meals, it helps out a lot. So if that's something that you're kind of nervous about or you think you're gonna have issues with, definitely try doing that. And the movements that we're having right now, I'm not moving, it's the ship that's going back and forth pretty badly.
Nationalities, between 55, 60, 70 different nationalities on board. Out of the 1,639 crew, majority of that will be from Philippines and India, Indonesia, and spread out in different nationalities. Please put your hands together, first of all, for the master and commander, your captain and ours, Captain Robert from Sweden. This is like a pageant. You're all... And the next gentleman in line, he's in charge of over 103,000 horsepower downstairs in the engine room. Please, your chief engineer, Ivan from Croatia. All right, we have the youngest captain, the tallest chief engineer, and we have next captain. What you guys think? Maybe the shortest. He is the strongest, yes, because he loves to go to the gym. Ladies and gentlemen, in charge of your entire hotel cruise vacation experience, your General Manager from France. Give it up for Jamel. All right,
You really can't tell. Oh, that was a big one. But you really cannot tell that much on video how tall they are. Oh my god, look at this one. Yeah, the video really does not do it justice, how crazy these waves are. Because of the weather, everybody's obviously inside, but it's still not that packed, to be honest. It's really not that bad. Even the last thing we just went to, which was the officer talk, was, we thought, because we came in late, we thought we weren't even going to get in, but there's actually plenty of seating. So I don't know where everybody is. It's not too bad. They're doing a game where people have to guess what's behind them. And it's a yes or no. Typical shirt sale. These are all 4 for $60. All Alaska. Lots of people at the stores. It's pretty brutal. It's really hard to see on camera, but we are going up and down, and the sea ahead of us looks absolutely atrocious. Brian, do you see those waves ahead? I can't really capture it on the camera, but oh god, this is gonna be bad. All right, next up on the agenda today is the champagne art auction. So we're gonna go ahead and register, get our number, and this is the first time Brian's done one of these, so it'll be lots of fun. All right, today we are number 124. There's quite a few people here. That is mimosa.
40,000. Who say 40,000? Looking out for 40,000. Who say 40,000? Looking out for 40,000. Looking out for 40,000. That is before 40,000. Now looking 40,500. Who say 40,500? 40,000. No, just kidding. So $60. Just so you know, ma'am, you're bidding against a 7-year-old kid. Just kidding. So that's the elimination artwork. Have the bid for $70. Who say $80? You can do it one more time. $80. Have the bid for $80. Who say $90? Putting on 9. Have the bid for $90. She's not letting it go. for $90. Who said 100? Have the bid for 100. Who said 110? Have the bid for $100 for 110. Who said 120 now? Who do you go 120? She said 110. You said 120. Who said 120? Have the bid for 120. Who said 130 now? Who do you go 130? One more time.
Back to the room. So we just got done with the art auction. This is actually the first time I stayed the entire time for the art auction. I don't know if I just had a different mindset this time or if they changed kind of like how it's run, but it was much more interesting and it ran over 2 hours. So we got our third Starbucks of the day. I will say that even if you're paying for this package, which we did not, I got it as a promo because I booked through Chase. Even if you're paying for the package at $12.95 per day, it's literally 2 drinks. And if you are not a drinker, or if you would prefer not to drink, or if you get motion sick, honestly, drinking is not a good idea on this cruise. This is a really, really, really good alternative. So you can get any size. Let's see, I have my iced tea from earlier today still. You can get any size and it is completely complimentary. It's a really, we've been using it a lot. It's been, all right, we're in the observation lounge for the Latitudes social party. Quite a few people here this time. This is nice. It's only the Latitude Reward members in here. Got a great view out the front. Music playing, and they come around with alcohol. So again, if you don't have the alcohol package and you're a Latitudes Rewards member, you have other options as well. We got one of the Chase loungers, and Brian is enjoying his time, even though he's not even at this correct status to be here. That's how much he cares. Senior officers.
This first gentleman in line oversees all the technical operations.
It's clearing out now from the Latitudes Rewards party. It's just really nice that even if you have only been on a few cruises, even if you just went on even one week cruise, you have enough points to actually be able to go to these cocktail parties and actually start getting some benefits on Norwegian. Good morning from Alaska. We finally made it. And let me tell you, I am so glad that we are in these nice, calm waters. It has been really bad. It was really bad yesterday. It was really bad last night. It was really bad this morning. And it's so nice to finally be in calmness. So as you can see, we're starting to see some mountains. And today we are heading into Sitka. So I've never been to Sitka before. I think it's gonna be really interesting. Seems to be a lot of history there. But we'll get off the ship. We're not doing a paid excursion. We are just going to be walking around, and we'll take you with us. I was just inside and the Coast Guard just buzzed us. Oh, here it comes again. There they go. As we're arriving into Sitka, I just want to do a quick video to show you how peaceful it is. Very low engine noise. And here you can see the snow as well. It's hard to see, but it is snowing. Thank goodness. Snow is much better than rain, so it doesn't soak you. But again, just another view of, this is not zoomed in at all. Just amazing. Looks like it's unfortunately mostly rain with some snow mixed in. Oh, I just hope we don't get sick, but we're definitely getting off the cruise ship today. That's not even up for debate. All right, they haven't given the all clear yet, but people are getting off. Oh, spoke too soon.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sitka, Alaska. This is Dan, your cruise director. The ship has been cleared by local authorities, and the guests who wish to go ashore may receive 15 minutes of income.
It's absolutely crazy out there with people getting off the ship, going to their excursions, and trying to get to downtown on the buses. So we're going to wait a little bit to get off. We got our Starbucks, and we're just going to sit through a little trivia. All right, we just finally got off the ship. We tried to let the buses die down a bit, but as you can see, it is raining. So I have my poncho on. Brian has his poncho on, because the last thing we want is to get our jackets completely soaked for the rest of the week. So we're gonna go head over to the buses and head to downtown. All right, unfortunately, this is the shuttle line to downtown. So we'll see how long it takes for us to get through this, but definitely prepare to and plan to wait. The shuttle bus line keeps going and going. It's been about 45 minutes so far. So hopefully we can get on soon. It is pouring rain. And hopefully we just get on soon so we can go head to downtown, walk around, and come on back.
No, I think there's going to be plenty of that.
Some protesters here, like in Seattle.
Okay.
All right, welcome to beautiful Sitka, Alaska. It's still raining a little bit, but the sun's come out. I love the mountains with the snow on the trees. It really looks like just like powdered sugar on them. And here, I mean, you really are just surrounded by the mountains. So we're gonna go and take a walk to the National Historic Park, and then we will come back and we'll do a little walking around downtown. These rocks are full of birds, so we took out our binoculars to check what they were, and they're just kitebirds. The road to the national park is pretty nice. You have a little boardwalk here to walk over. Even if you don't go in the national park, you know, even this walk is completely free. Shuttle's free to this area. Walking over here is free. Taking a look at all the historic buildings are free. And here we are at the National Historic Park. Only about a 15-minute walk from port, and absolutely beautiful. And by port, I mean where they drop you off with the shuttle bus. Plenty of totem poles before you even go inside. Keeps going and going. Go ahead and do some trails. They have multiple trails here. I don't know which one we're going to end up doing. But take a look at this. How amazing is this place? I've never been in a place like this before. Most of the hiking tours in Alaska are like $200 just to go walk 2 miles. And here you have about 3 miles of walking trails for completely free. All right, we're just going to go ahead and do the totem trail today. So it doesn't look like there's a trail over here, but there is right next to this totem exhibit building. So they have some totem poles laying down over here. You can see. And some information about them. There's a little shed here. Looks like they're working on restoring some totem poles. So maybe some days they have somebody actually here doing it. It's pretty cool. This is the entrance to the totem trail. You have a totem pole over here. And then over near the water, you also have one. I don't think on video it really picks up how dark it is in here compared to being outside of this forest. This is so cool. And again, this is all completely free. So if you definitely want to get a hike in Alaska, just come here. Save a ton of money. Looks like we can also see some different stuff on this trail. And we have another totem here. Look at that. There's one straight ahead that's really well camouflaged. Now you can probably see it a little bit better. And here's that one up close. Almost missed this one. As you can see, it's starting to rain again, of course. It's all right. There's also this trail that was running parallel. So you can almost see the trail in the woods right there where people are walking. So you have options too. You can stick in the woods or you can walk closer to the water. Look at this big one they cut down. Wow. Here's the kind of cutoff where you can go back to the visitor center in downtown, or you can continue over the bridge to the Alaska Raptor Center. And again, some more trails. If you go straight, you go on the Russian Memorial Trail Loop, left view the Riverview Trail, and right is the Totem Trail Loop. So if you're doing the Totem Trail, this is the end. You would go back to the visitor center, but we're at least going to walk over this really awesome bridge. All right, and you end up right where you started. So this is where, in the beginning, we had gone right to the totem exhibit, because that's where it says the Totem Trail is. But if you were to go left, it'll take you to the same spot and do the same loop. So they have the stamps. Once again, we forgot our book. So they have the Sitka National Historical Park, the Battle of Sitka, and they have a salmon. And that's what the salmon stamp looks like. So no shops or anything in here, but they have a theater, they have a cultural center, and they have some exhibits. Finally, some of the clouds are lifting. We can start to see some of the tops of these mountains. You can tell there's a big one back here, but it's still not quite clear enough. That is amazing. Maybe it'll clear up a little bit more before we leave, but if not, it's a beautiful, beautiful shot. Just the mountain looming over the city. Before we finish up for the day over here, Brian's gonna go do a little pit stop at Wells Fargo, get some more cash. And then we're actually gonna head to this church next. We're gonna do, what's it called? Adventure Lab with geocaching. It's like a little tour. You can go around and check out some places. So we're gonna start that next. Just turned around from the totem pole. Look what is still over there. Radio Shack.
Oh, yes.
Very, very picturesque. If only that cloud wasn't there so we could see the mountains, but what a beautiful place. All right, our last stop on our geo tour that we're doing is the Baranoff Castle State Historic Site. So we're gonna go up these stairs and see what it's all about. But it's not too bad. It doesn't look like it's too many stairs or anything. So we'll just see what the view is at the top. Here's a close-up of the stairs, just showing how many there are. Just a few flights, not too bad. So here's the top of the castle. What a beautiful spot. You have this amazing bridge. Another great view, and you can see this lighthouse as well. We could see this as we were walking earlier, but we were very far away, but this is much closer from up here. And then you have an excellent view of downtown. Just imagine if those clouds are not there and you could see that mountain back there. Oh my gosh. But if you're doing Sitka on your own, this is a definite must stop. This is great. There's a lot of history up here. Really interesting that this was the place that the American flag was first flown when Alaska was purchased from Russia. Yeah, there's just so much history in this place. We'll see how the rest of the cruise goes. I did not go to Sitka last time I went to Alaska. So I've been to Juneau and Ketchikan before. This may be my favorite port in Alaska. It's beautiful. Lots of stuff to see for free. So much history. I mean, there's just something for everybody here. Not much of a line going back on the bus. You don't really have to worry about that too much. Pretty much got right on. And we're heading back to the cruise terminal. All right, back to the port. Nice and sunny out for once. Yep. And there are some shops here. So downtown, a lot of the shops were still closed for the season. So as you can see, everyone's here shopping apparently. As we got back on the ship, they were handing out hot chocolate, which was just the perfect thing to get as soon as you're heading back on. But as you know, we have the Starbucks package, so we're already there. All the excursions are starting to come in as well, which is kind of fun to watch. We're in the Manhattan room for dinner. You know, it looks like there may be a wedding going on later today. They have a bunch of flowers set up. They keep adding more flowers. It's a bit hard to see, but we are completely spinning around right now. That's pretty cool. All right, just found another duck. Right now it's meet 3, Brian 0. Wow, absolutely beautiful. The sun coming on this mountain, a little bit of sunlight. Over here we have some nice mountains. There's also a rainbow. You see the rainbow? Some more mountains. We are heading back out to sea. I'm hoping that this is the last kind of rocky night that we have, other than when we go back out of Alaska. So I just got back to our room and treated with an absolutely beautiful view of a mountain back there. So might be going to bed now. Haven't decided yet. Tomorrow we're in Juneau. Some nice colors as the sun goes down. And we'll see what tomorrow brings us. Good morning from an absolutely freezing Juneau. It's windy, it's bitterly cold today. This was the day that bringing all of our cold weather gear is really going to be worth it. It's a bit overcast, very, very foggy. So unfortunately, we can't see too much of the mountains. Hopefully it clears up later. The forecast today is snow, which is much better than rain. And right now we have absolutely no plans. The only thing that we definitely want to do is go to the Red Dog Saloon downtown. But everything else is completely up in the air because all of the Mendenhall Glacier tours were sold out. And I don't know if the tram is operating, I don't even know if I want to go on the tram, if it's going to be this low cloud cover. So we'll go ahead and, play it by ear. Unfortunately, as you can tell, we are not in downtown Juneau. We are quite a distance away. Probably about 10 miles south, so this is another day that we unfortunately have to take a shuttle bus. We headed up to the observation lounge, and I thought we were a lot further from downtown, but that's it. So we're really not far at all. We're debating even just walking versus taking the shuttle bus, because that's it. That's downtown Juneau. And you can even see right across where the cruise ship docks are. So yeah, this isn't bad at all. I love that Norwegian has a bunch of make-your-own omelet bars. It's just so convenient in the morning to have nice, hot, fresh food as well. And they, of course, have all of the regular buffet items, too. But here in the Garden Cafe, you also get a great view. Towel elephant. There's just a mountain right behind the ship. That's so cool. It's just hiding right behind the smokestack. Hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom in. There are big starfish this low tide. These things are massive. All right, it's about 8:30. Just got back from breakfast. There's that same mountain that we saw on the pool deck from our room now. It's starting to clear up a bit. It's supposed to be snowing today, but as you can see, there's some blue skies. So we'll head out shortly to Juneau. All right, we're off the ship. Here's the line for the shuttle bus. We're pretty much right underneath the tram. Doesn't look like it's open today, but if it is, we might go up there. And I think we're probably just gonna walk. So we decided we're also gonna do a little geocaching today. And you have this little gold mine here, and apparently there's a geocache right inside that gold mine. So we did go ahead and decide to walk. The line wasn't too long for the shuttle bus, but it was only advertised as a 20-minute walk to downtown. So if you are physically able to do it, I would definitely recommend it. You can always take the shuttle bus on the way back, but you do get to see some pretty cool stuff on the way. Like there's some waterfalls going down the mountain that we wouldn't normally have been able to see. If you happen to be into geocaching, there's actually quite a few on this path that we didn't stop at. We're only going to do a few of them. So it's definitely worthwhile to go ahead and walk, again, if you're physically able to. So here you can either keep going on the road like we were, or they have something called a sea walk here. So Brian's already heading down there, and that's the way we're going to go to downtown. Here's the sea walk. It's a nice boardwalk type walkway, and it is quite beautiful. It's amazing that normally all of these docks are full of cruise ships. So I would say that probably the best part about cruising to Alaska in April so far for us has been the fact that we have been the only cruise ship here. So as expected, not all the stores, of course, are open yet. This is the first one you come across. But I know that, it looks like this dock is for Princess Cruise, Holland America, and Seabourn. But I already know that at least the Alaska T-shirt company is open downtown because I checked their hours today. As we make our way towards downtown, we do have our first geo tour, and it starts right here at the USS Juneau. Here is the heart of the tourist section. You can see Tanzanite International, Blue Diamond, etc., etc. This is also where the tram is, and this is where the buses will drop you off. So if you're taking the bus, you'll end up right here. Back on the sea walk, and we have some totems out. There's some more down there as well. I do not remember this the last time I came to Juneau. I don't know if this is new or I just wasn't paying attention, but this is very nice. It's very spacious, lots of places, especially if you have, 4 or 5 cruise ships in port one day. It really is nicely spread out here. All right, so we have this Tracy's King Crab Shack, and it is a massive line. Massive, massive. So if this is something that you're thinking about doing, you want to try king crab, definitely come as soon as possible and get off the ship. It's probably 100 people long. And this is just with one cruise ship in port. This is just so beautiful. The totem pole, the mountain behind. I'm so glad that we were able to have a bit of a clear day today in Juneau. All right, next up we have Patsy Ann, the bull terrier, who is the mascot or the welcomer of Juneau, with a beautiful background behind her. So we have Filipino barbecue and some more Filipino food, which is awesome since most of the crew is Filipino or Indonesian. So that's always nice to see that they're catering to the crew as well at these ports. Here we have Juneau City Hall. Nice view from up on this hill. We're heading up towards the state capitol. Not too high up, but it really does offer a nice view of the area. Right, climbing up that mountain, we got to, it says it's the City Museum, but on my geocaching it said it's a Veterans Memorial. But here is the state capital of Alaska. So really not that far of a walk, and definitely I think worth the walk, in my opinion. So interesting fact, it's obviously impossible to see right now, but this flag only has 49 stars on it. Our last stop on this geo tour is the Russian Orthodox Church. But from here you can go to quite a few things. You have the Mount Roberts trailhead if you want to hike to the top instead of taking the gondola like a normal person. And you also have another trailhead and mining museum. Very nice up here. Definitely worth a little bit of a walk to see something different. All right, and here's the Russian Orthodox Church in Juneau. So this is one reason I really enjoy geocaching. I really love these geo tours because normally we wouldn't have been brought here. So what this monument is during World War II, when Japan invaded the Aleutian Islands, people were removed from the United States government and sent to internment camps in Southeast Alaska. So this is a memorial of the people that were known to have passed away. Somehow we came across having to go over this bridge. We had seen it previously down below, or from down below, but now we're heading to the governor's mansion for our second geo tour of the day and our last one, and we get to go over it. Beautiful. Here we have Alaska's governor's mansion. Again, a very easy walk from downtown. Little sign outside that says "Welcome to Alaska." And we have a Alaska Historic Civil Engineering Landmark sign. And some information about the governor's totem pole, which is right here. On the way back towards the Capitol building, we found the Little Free Library, and I'm gonna go ahead and take a book. Thank you, Little Free Library. Inside the pharmacy. Amazing. That's us. All right, it's 11 o'clock. Red Dog Saloon is open, and we're gonna go in and grab a beer. All right, we decided to go with the Red Dog Red. So we both got that. We're gonna enjoy it and get out of here, go to the t-shirt shop and get back on the ship. We're in this big store and they have all this stuff just here. Clearly they're getting ready for all the cruise ships. It's very interesting being the first one here for sure. All right, and here is the holy grail of souvenir shops in Alaska, the Alaska Shirt Company. Now, our last stop is Ketchikan. In my opinion, Ketchikan has the most tchotchke shops of any cruise port in Alaska. So, you know, it depends on which way your itinerary is going. If you're ending in Ketchikan, don't worry about finding tchotchkes. You will find plenty of them there. If you start in Ketchikan, like I did last time, it's also not a bad idea to get your tchotchke shopping out of the way there as well. But you do have to. All right, time to head back, and we'll be taking the shuttle bus. Plenty of buses, so it shouldn't be too long of a wait. And then we'll be back on the cruise ship. Instead of taking the bus, we're gonna walk. We have about 40 minutes to get back, or we're gonna miss the ship. Pressure's on. Beautiful view of the cruise ship as we walk back. All right, if you are seeing this video, it's because our glacier cruising fjord afternoon was just too much to stuff into this one video. So we will have a second video. It is still the same day, but we're gonna end it here in Juneau, and then just make sure to watch out for our next video, which again, same day, but we're gonna split it in half. That way, this video doesn't turn into an hour-long monstrosity. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Beautiful view from our balcony as we exit Juneau. The rest of the day, we're heading to the fjord and hopefully the glacier. It'll be really interesting because it's so early in the season and we are the first cruise ship that's attempting to go there. I don't know if we're going to make it all the way to the glacier, to be honest. I'm not thinking we're going to. And that's okay, because the fjord is so beautiful that, you know, even if it's not everything. We're seeing a lot of these really small whales. I don't know what they are, but unfortunately, because they're so small, you can't really capture them on camera. So maybe we'll get some more that are up close, but we are seeing a lot of whales back here, even if it's not going to be shown in the video. We're getting pretty close to the turning point now to head into the fjords. So we'll do one last shot, and then we'll be back with you once we make that turn.
At 4:40, about 25 minutes time, we'll be entering the bar, which is the entrance to Etiquette Arm. You can now access the bow of the ship using the forward staircase or elevators to deck 8 forward, where your directional staff will direct you to the entrance. Once again, use the forward staircase or elevators to deck 8 forward. I'll be back with another announcement once we are entering Etiquette Arm. Enjoy this wonderful Etiquette Arm scenic cruise that your captain, Captain Robert, will bring you.
One thing I want to point out is this flag. This is our in-room TV. You can see the bridge cam. Look at that flag. Versus here in our balcony room, there is no wind whatsoever. So this is really, honestly, been completely worth the extra money to have this balcony. I don't think I would ever do Alaska again if I wasn't in an aft cabin. All right, they made the announcement when I was down grabbing a bottle of wine that we are now starting the entrance to the Endicott Arm. Unfortunately, over here, there would be a glacier that we could see on the mountain, but because of the low clouds, we're not able to see it. But we do come back out this way later, so maybe we'll see it later. I do see something in the water over here, though. And I do believe that is our first. I went ahead and bought one of the signature Sauvignon Blancs by Norwegian Cruise Line, so that way we can just sit out here or stand and relax, not deal with crowds, not deal with shoving, just enjoy the scenery. I believe this is the mountain that has the hanging glacier on it that we were unable to see. As we get further in, we'll see more and more icebergs as well. Apparently the glacier that we're going to, Dawes Glacier, is constantly cleaving, which means, like, I know you've seen the videos where they start breaking apart and falling into the sea. So we should get a lot of icebergs. There's another one on the other side right now as well. Penguins. Not penguins. I have some liquid sunshine coming in right now. The sun and the rain. I'm just glad we're not at the front of the ship. We have a beautiful rainbow over here. Look at that.
Reading rainbow.
The further we travel into the fjord, the more narrow it gets. I don't know if this is getting caught on video very well. There's a big mountain up there. It's currently raining pretty hard. Once again, getting this aft balcony was worth every penny just for this day, if nothing else. Ran over that one. As we get further in, you can really see how many more little icebergs there are.
No, they didn't. Oh.
This is no zoom. This is how close we are. Unbelievable.
Does this remind you of Florida, though?
No.
No, it does not.
No.
I was born in Miami.
Oh, wow. No, it's okay.
Sorry.
No.
No. Yeah, so I know. What? Oh, I know. Yeah.
Weatherhead due to unfavorable ice conditions. For those of you that are still looking outside, the already larger chunks, much larger chunks of icebergs are ahead of us. So it will be not feasible to maneuver the ship.
I think this is the issue right here.
We can turn around now and head back to the entrance of Endicott Arm. But do you continue to enjoy the spectacular view? It's something that you don't see. Those big chunks. So parking. Turn around and head back to the entrance.
So we're turning around now, which I'm not surprised. It looks like on the bridge cam there's some big icebergs ahead. And these are pretty decent size. So we're going to spin back around and head back out. But as we spin around, of course, we'll be able to see what the view ahead would have been. And we're spinning right now. So even though we are turning around, this is definitely a glacier over here. I don't know the name. They haven't announced it. But that is 100% a glacier. Another view of this glacier. I don't know if it's an arm of the big one, because if you look down here, I don't know how far we were supposed to go. You can see there's some big icebergs in the water, which is why I'm sure we're turning around. But this is also a glacier. All right, so this is definitely why we turned around. You can see there's some big ice right there, some ice sheets. But I think all the way back there, where you see that white in the middle, that's the glacier that we were going to go to. But yeah, there's no way that it's definitely not safe. We're almost all the way turned around now. It's just so beautiful. There we go, time to blast on out of here. All right, 360 time. So we weren't going to come out to the bow, but as soon as we turned around, we were like, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, come on, one ride.
Oh, no thanks. Just so we can come out here. This is trippy. It almost feels like you can't tell where... It just feels like the world is moving around us. Wow. So we decided to go to the front of the ship just to, take a look and see what it's like out there, but I'm back. And we're slowly exiting. Tomorrow we are in Icy Strait Point, which apparently has the largest concentration of bears. I don't know if it's in Alaska or where, but yeah, that should be interesting. I'm just kind of slowly cruising out now. So even though we weren't able to go all the way to the glacier, the mountains have really opened up. And most people aren't even out here now. I actually don't see anybody else on the balconies back here at all. Because they figured, well, no glacier, I guess we're done, but they're really missing the clear mountains. Bald eagles. It's insane to me that as soon as we turned around, everybody went inside. Please, if you're coming on this cruise, do not go inside. Plan your day, grab your food before you come down here, and stay down here or stay outside the entire time. All of these mountains were covered earlier, and now they're completely open. We've seen bald eagles. We just saw a couple of, we think like some sort of dolphin come up. And there is not one single person on this back balcony right now. And they're all missing this. The tour of this area does not end when the boat turns around. If you take any piece of advice from me, take this piece and stay outside. Wait for it. See it? Follow it, because what happens is its tail will go up and then it will dive. Alright, whale's back up. No, that's not an orca. Now it dove. It's going down. I don't know if it's the same one that keeps coming up. Yep, there it is. It's a pond. As we head further out from the glacier, you can definitely tell the change in the color of the water. It's definitely much darker, greener. It's not that lighter blue that we saw when we were closer to the glacier. As we exit the Endicott Arm, you can see in the middle of the screen how it's kind of blue. That is the hanging glacier that we missed on the way in because of the low cloud cover. So here on the way out, you can really make it out. If we took a look in our binoculars as well just to verify, and all of those things that look like rocks are 100% massive chunks of ice. If you come here in the summertime, obviously there's not all this snow on the mountains, and so you can really see the glaciers because those are the only things that are still on the mountains. And even if you can't tell what they are, it's going to look snowy and, icy, whatever. So it's pretty obvious that those are the glaciers in the summer months. But obviously, we're here in April, and because of the amount of snow, it's a little harder to tell. But here you can still see the large amount of blue that is in that, versus if you look to the left or to the right, you can tell that that's rocky because it's, rock colored. So make sure to take a look and look out for this when you are entering or exiting the Endicott Arm. And as we exit, here is the view behind us. As you can see, those mountains that we came from are completely covered in fog and rain. So we just got really lucky. If we had left any later, we would have gotten stuck in all of that. Today and tomorrow are the highest chances this month of seeing the aurora, and we are far enough north that it should be overhead. If you take a look at the mountains are covered in clouds above them, but out to the sea, it's pretty clear. So fingers crossed that we can see that tonight. We've made the turn out of Endicott Arm. There's a little kind of like lighthouse beacon there, and you just cannot see anything at all. All those mountains are completely gone and covered in fog. Good morning and welcome to Icy Strait Point. You can see the orca statue down there. I don't know if you can hear, but lots of seabirds. And a very overcast day. We tried to see the Northern Lights last night, but it was cloudy all night. And today it's raining a little bit. But we're here from 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And we'll head off the ship pretty soon. I think we're going to go walk to downtown. But if you take a look down by the statue, you know, there's pretty much nobody there. One person right now. This particular port is supposed to have like zip lining and all kinds of stuff, like gondolas. I don't know if anything is going to be open today as well. Since it is, you know, the first of the season, there's still a lot of snow. But we're still going to head off and almost certainly take that path to downtown. Just got back from the room, or to the room from breakfast. We have a bald eagle sitting right here on the dock. And there goes our bald eagle that was sitting over here on the dock. Just got off the ship and it's definitely low tide. There's some interesting stuff other than just the normal barnacles. You have the big starfish. Then you have these orange things. I have no idea what those are. If you know, please comment below, because I've never seen anything like that before. This is a decently long walk, so they do have a shuttle transport if you need it. All right, so we took a sharp left, and we're gonna go head down towards the water because there are some funky looking creatures that are on the shore right now. But I wanted to show you this sign over here first. They do have a warning sign that it is bear country here. This is apparently the highest concentration of bears in the world. So we'll see what happens. You have to really watch out where you walk because there's a lot of starfish. And I'm seeing, I don't know what it is, something is squirting. Do you see these holes? There's water squirting out from under them. What the heck? It's so hard to catch on camera. But every once in a while you can see the little squirts. Oh my gosh, this is bizarre. Look at these. This is amazing. I have no idea what that big blobby thing is. But do you see all the water squirting up? And this is what I really came down here to check out. What is this thing? Oh, there's a big squirt. There's one on the rock there as well. This is bizarre. Look at that thing. One there. One there. There. Some more water squirting everywhere. Oh, this is fun. This is cool. Some more starfish. Another big blobby thing. More starfish and blobby things. Yeah, definitely come down here if it looks like it's low tide. This is amazing. This is almost certainly a den for bear.
You don't want to try it either?
Just along this path, there's definitely a lot of really cool things to see. Like this kind of cliff here with the trees on it. So definitely take a walk down here. This is pretty nice. There's a decent amount of people walking on the path. We also have quite a few people on the rocks. We have this sign here, but it's not on the path. I think it's just there in case they have to use it, so they can just move it over, because everyone is still taking the trail. So we'll go ahead and do it. A little bit of an incline here, but not too bad. Great view of the ship through the trees. This is really nice. Especially if you didn't get to Sitka. Another beautiful hike, completely free. They have these on the trees. Kind of has a little information. Whoops. So pretty cool. And there's a bunch of them up here. You can also see the gondolas. We're going to go ahead and hook a left here to head over to the other cruise port that obviously nobody is at today. A few trees down. It's a bit hard to see, but there's a massive eagle's nest right here. If you're walking on the trail, they do have a sign here and a bit of a better view from here. All of the people coming towards us took the gondola over to this point and then are walking back. So we're just doing the opposite. We're gonna walk through the path first and then take the gondola back. So either way, you can still get a hike in and also go on the gondola if you wish. Now this is not the gondola that goes to the top of the mountain. Unfortunately, that's not open yet because it's snowy on the top of the mountain. This is just the one that transports you between the two cruise terminals. All right, we made it to the Sky Glider, is what they call it, station. So we're gonna go ahead and take that back. Up here you can see the gondola that goes to the top of the mountain that's not currently working. And then it's a bit hard to see, but right there is the zip liner, or whatever they call it here, which obviously also is not operational yet because there is snow up there. But that zip line looks absolutely terrifying. So here's the other cruise ship dock. So if you were on that dock, I think it's called the Wilderness Dock, you would start here. They have a gift store. They have the gondolas. And then you also have they call it a nature trail, which is what we just came on. And it says it's about a half a mile, 10 to 15 minute walk. All right, so we're at Wilderness Landing now. We came from Adventure Landing, which is where we're gonna go back to. And then if you wanted to go on the gondola or up the mountain to do any of the activities, you would need to go to Wilderness Landing to take the secondary gondola up to the top of the mountain. So here is the gondola that goes back to our cruise ship. This is pretty nice. Have some picnic tables over here. And then this Sky Glider is the one that you would take if you were going on an excursion to the top of the mountain. Also over here they have a nice fire. And then of course you have the gift shop, which I believe is where Brian went. Brian just realized there's snow over here. So we're gonna go ahead and touch the snow. As a native Floridian, it's not often he gets to see snow, so it's always exciting. All right, and we are heading back down.
On the Disney Skyliner.
It's not the Disney Skyliner. It's the Icy Straight Point Gondola.
By the Disney Skyliner.
So this is the line trying to get on. So definitely, if you're able to and you only want to ride it one way, walk over to the other side if you're the only cruise ship here. And there was no line. We just walked right on to head back. All right, so this is the end of the zip line, and I want you to follow me all the way up here is where the zip line starts. That is insane. As you head down towards the cannery, they have some stairs if you want to go and explore the beach a bit. Also down here you have those big pillars, and you can tell from here that there's a lot of sea life on it as well. So if you missed down by the cruise ship, you should be able to see plenty of starfish and whatever those orange blobby things are down there. I think they're seals or sea lions. And they're down. Alright, it's a little confusing if you want to go downtown where the street is. So you go through the big store, and there's a little mini donut, and then there's a kayak center, and you're just going to go right where these people are walking, and that's going to bring you to the road to downtown. Now there's also a shuttle. There it goes. It's supposed to only be a 5-minute shuttle if you want to take that. The walk is about 1.5 miles or 30 minutes. Here's a line for the shuttle. As we've done in other ports, we're probably going to go and walk down there and then possibly take the shuttle back. Some interesting old boats. This little kid picking up a snowball over here. It definitely is beautiful. I can see why people comment that this was an unexpected kind of bright spot in this cruise. I was not looking forward to this port whatsoever, but the amount of nature here, it really is quite beautiful. Here's some information here about the Sea Walk. This is a really nice walk to downtown. Even if you don't stay in downtown for long, I think it's worth it. You have that sea lion out there that's kind of following us along the path. It's just really beautiful to get out of port. You know, I have to wonder as I'm walking where all these rocks came from. Did they come from over here and they fell down over the years? I'm very curious about that. And here's another waterfall that's much easier to see. Here we are at the kind of like marina in Hona, and a beautiful bald eagle sitting right on top. Now as you're making your walk to town, there's quite a few of these restroom buildings. So if you do need to use the restroom, there's definitely some that will be available. Lots of crab traps here, and they have the little buoys. Alright, and here we are entering Huna. There's a big tour group here, I think, waiting for the bus, or maybe they're waiting for the shuttle bus to go back. But this totem pole honors veterans. So they have all the dog tags for the different branches of service. Behind it you have the Icy Straight Brewing. Seems to be pretty popular. Let's see what else you can find here. This definitely is not a tourist town, but I'm also not complaining about that. Just know if you're going to go downtown, you're just kind of here to see what life is like, what life is actually like in Alaska. And there are some public restrooms here as well. We have the church here. So there's one gift shop here that seems to be pretty popular. We have the main harbor over here. And we're going to head down this road just a little bit because it looks like across the way is an island. And that island looks to be a cemetery. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. So one thing I'll say as we head back out of Hoonah back to the cruise ship port is if you have kids, there's really not much to see here. If you are short on time, there's also not much to see here. But if you have extra time, it is quite interesting to see how, you know, a small Alaskan fishing village kind of is, and just imagine what it's like to actually live here. We walked down to the other side of the harbor. And let me tell you, if this was the summertime, this right here is where you would see all the bears. Right now there's one bald eagle sitting in the field. And we also have airplanes landing at the airstrip over there. Yeah, this is definitely where the bears would be. So I kind of take back what I said before about coming down here. Again, the downtown is nothing really spectacular. But yeah, if you were coming to Alaska in the summertime, this would definitely be a place to check out and try to spot some wildlife. Alright, we're heading back out of Hoonah. So I'll show you a few things that we skipped on the way here. Here's another view of that cemetery on the island. We did actually speak to a local and they did confirm that this is the cemetery for Hoonah. We're going to show you the old cemetery that was partially destroyed by a landslide that we passed on the way in. So ever since that landslide occurred and they also ran out of space, this is now the cemetery for the city. Passed us on the way in, a little Orthodox church on the hill. Another nice mountain waterfall coming down. So we've seen some houses with like stacks of Kirkland water and whatnot. So we were thinking the ferry must go to Juneau and people must load up their cars. So that must be true. And then over here we have that original or that older cemetery that had the landslide that took out part of it. Quite a few unique headstones and statues here. And now from across the street you can really see the landslide that took out part of it. Back on the seaside walk path, and we have some people kayaking as part of an excursion. Looks to be all tandem kayaks. So the first thing that they did here was they built number 2, which was to let people walk through. And a little picture here showing the hole. Then they expanded it to number 3 to let cars drive through. And then they blew it open. But what's interesting is over here, there's a pictograph. I'm going to show you where it is. So if you take a look right here, there it is. Pretty cool. It's still a cold day here, but it did stop raining. And some of the clouds are starting to recede a little bit on our way back to the port area. I was watching a whale out there. It was too far though to try to get it on video. Could barely even see it with the binoculars, but it just dove down. Looked to be maybe like a minke whale. I don't know if they're here that time of the year, but that's what it kind of looked like. Definitely not an orca. It was a single one dark. Looks like loons in the water. And as you get closer, you get a nice view of the cruise ship, the mountains behind it, and the old cannery buildings. That was pretty close to all these people over here. There he is again. There he goes. They have a massive, massive gift shop in here. So plenty of places to get your shopping done. It's obviously going to be more expensive here than in some of the other ports. But inside they have a video and some old machines from when it was a cannery. So we're gonna head back on the ship, but there's no line for this, so we decided we're gonna go take the gondola one more time and then take the hike back. All right, and now as our last thing here, we are going to take the nature trail back to the cruise ship. We're back at the same eagle's nest as before, in someone's home. Up here, there's a fork in the path. So if you went left, it would take you to the gondola. And if you go right, that'll take us down the trail that we went before from the cruise ship. He's just chilling in the water. So Brian decided that we were going to eat at the American Diner. It's one of the complimentary restaurants here. And to be honest, I've almost never seen this open. And I'm pretty sure that on other cruise ships, this was a specialty restaurant as well. Now, what's interesting is they've rebranded this, but this used to be Margaritaville. And you can still see that this is clearly a Margaritaville from the ceilings in here. As you can see, we totally hated our food here. This was by far the best complimentary restaurant we've ever been to on any ship. So if the American Diner is open, I had the chicken pot pie. Brian had I think it's called the Wrangler burger. Rodeo. No, I think it was Wrangler, not Rodeo. He says Rodeo. I say Wrangler. Excellent, excellent food. This is a definite eat. From deck 17 forward, you can see the bridge, which is pretty interesting as we get ready to depart. And they're getting ready to remove the ropes. It's always fun to watch us depart. Yep, it's clipped in. Can you imagine how heavy that is? Whoops. Mm-hmm. We just noticed the coastline is pretty much gone. So all of that we were walking on when we first got off is totally underwater. It's pretty much no more beach. Thrusters activated. And we are moving away. Until next time. And hopefully next time it's a little warmer and more of the activities are available. But even without any activities being available, this was a very, very beautiful port. I saw more wildlife. Oh, they're doing the announcements. I saw more wildlife at this port than I've ever seen on any cruise ship. So it's still a really good one to go to. This was my favorite place on my last Alaska cruise. Spent all my time here just having some beers and relaxing. But this is actually our first time here this time. And Brian has decided that, yeah, this is his favorite place on the ship. Sorry. All right, tonight we're seeing Jersey Boys, which is a Broadway production here on the Norwegian Bliss. Can't record anything during the show, of course. So this is about all you're getting. A little bit clearing up tonight as we sail to Ketchikan. Good morning from Ketchikan. This is Ward's Cove, where Norwegian apparently docks now. We're about 7 miles north of downtown Ketchikan, and yet again we are another shuttle day. We're only here for a few hours today, so we're gonna get off pretty soon and just go head to downtown and walk around for a bit. Finish up any souvenir shopping. We don't have any excursions booked. And hopefully we have a nice dry day today, no rain. Interesting, it's after 7 a.m. We're going to get breakfast, and they're just making an announcement now that people can go ashore, even though we were supposed to be able to go ashore at 6 a.m. So that's really interesting. Something must have happened. All right, heading off the ship. There is a building we're going to go into, and then we are going to catch the shuttle to downtown. All right, so this is what is inside of this big warehouse. Some totem poles, some angry looking dogs. There's a gingerbread house over there for some reason. Lots of shopping. Get your last minute tchotchkes. If you don't want to go all the way to downtown, you could just buy whatever you want here too. Huge, huge gift shop.
If not, follow the rest of the crowd.
I mean, this entire thing is a gift shop. So yeah, if you didn't want to go all the way to downtown, you could definitely just stay here. You get all your shopping done, or go downtown and then just come back here. So this is the whole line to go on the shuttle to downtown. This is really disappointing compared to docking in downtown, because you only have a few hours here anyways, and now we're going to be wasting all this time trying just to get to downtown. I don't know if you did a tour, if you'd even have time to explore the area. Ended up being about a 30-minute wait, so not too bad. And we're taking a double-decker shuttle bus. Good view of our ship from the bus. Alaska Airlines taking off. All right, so Norwegian drops you off still about a half a mile away from everything to see downtown, and we only have about 2 hours to walk around, and then we have to head back. So this one's rough. So to get to the actual downtown from where Norwegian drops you off, there is this pedestrian walkway. And you can see the dock down there. That's where the cruise ships would normally dock. So you're not too far. And if you've already taken the shuttle down here, you might as well keep going all the way downtown. This is stained glass on the light pole here. And I do stand corrected. For some reason, my GPS didn't update and it said it was a half mile, but you're only a quarter mile from downtown, so it's actually not that bad. Here's that tunnel in Ketchikan. Here's Eagle Park. Nice view of the tunnel behind it. Here's a bit of the downtown Ketchikan. Area is where most of the cruise ships dock. And so you can see you're literally getting right off and into the action. We have a large statue here. Here we also have the famous Ketchikan sign. And we have the liquid sunshine gauge. We have the Southeast Alaska Discovery Center here. So basically what we've been cruising through is the Tongass National Forest. So we're going to go inside and see if they have a stamp for our passports, for our national parks passports. It looks like they also have some exhibits inside, some movies and stuff like that too. So they have a few exhibits in here. They have video, ranger talk, and you can go ahead and also get your stamps. So this is Whale Park. And we have totem pole. Very interesting trash can here. Looks like a can of salmon. And all of the trash cans in at least this park are a different type of can of salmon. There's one there. And another one right there. So as you come across this totem pole over here, to the left there is a sign for Creek Street, and you also have the Tongass Historical Museum up there with another totem pole. So Creek Street is what you think of when you think of Ketchikan. It's what's on all of the pictures, and the famous view of Creek Street is actually going to be down at the other end. But we're going to start by going left over here. And in the summertime, this area is pretty full of salmon, and you can see them going up the waterway here. So we're going to go that way, like where those people are, because that'll bring us to the salmon ladder. There are stairs going this way, so just be advised that you will be going upstairs. But luckily, the wood has this grippy texture on it, and so it's not slippery at all. So this here is the salmon ladder. So when the salmon are spawning, it's obviously very treacherous to go upstream right here. And so there is this other way that would be full of water, and that way the salmon can go up. I believe they probably have it shut off at the top, so there's no water coming through. But during the summer, the salmon would use that to go up this section of the creek. I love the sign that they have, the salmon walking. Funny. Here's another view of the inside of the salmon ladder. So the salmon would go in there, and then that way, and all the way up. So this has basically what time of the years. So the pink is July to September. The chum is July and August. King, May to August. And then Coho or Silver is July to October, and Sakai is June to September. Here's a view so you can see how many stairs you have to go down. We're about at the highest point right now. So again, you'd have to come up these stairs to go see this area. Probably about 30 stairs or so. If you had time, you could do the entire salmon walk. So you would start here at Creek Street, and then you can go all the way towards the salmon ladder, and then up the hill and over. There's a fish hatchery. There's a Totem Heritage Center. But unfortunately, we just don't have enough time today. As you're walking down, you'll see quite a few historical markers as well. A lot of places are still not open, of course. So here's one right here. There's a little bit of the history of the building. And here's Dolly's house, which is the famous, brothel. And right here is that famous view that you see on all the advertisements of Creek Street. This is the lumberjack show. I did it last time I came here and was really, really disappointed. You get about 30 seconds of action, and then it's very long breaks and a lot of like in-show ads. I don't know how else to describe it, but it gets really obnoxious after the first time. If it's something that you really want to do, go for it. But if you're limited on time, don't think that you definitely have to go and do this show. There's a seaplane leaving right now. It's hard to imagine this place with 4 or 5 ships here at once, but that's how it is in the summer. There's lots of pros and cons to coming this time of the year. I'm probably going to do a separate video about all of that. But just imagine, about 5 to 10 times as many people. Because when the cruise ships dock here, everyone gets off. And if you're in one of these cruise ships that's docked right downtown, these things buzz by you all day. It's awesome. Cove. About to get back on the ship. Brian's just checking out now, but we have to say that this is actually the best shopping of the entire trip. I'm shocked. I thought for sure the prices were going to be higher here, but they're really not. And they have a massive selection. They also have all the way on this other side, they had a big clearance section, and we both got some jackets for like $15, and Brian got a couple baseball caps for only $5, and like good quality ones, not the junk ones that they have for $5 at other stores. So yeah, if you're going to be stopping here on Norwegian Cruise Line, just plan on doing all your shopping here. Like I said, they have a great selection and very reasonable prices. And we had a little bit of time for we have to get back on the ship, so I got Brian a blueberry mojito. And this is a s'mores something. It's a beer. I don't know what kind of beer, but it sounded really interesting. All right, I just tried it and I looked it up. It's a s'mores stout. I believe it's from 49th Brewing Company. This is amazing. It really does taste like s'mores. But it's not an overpowering flavor. It's more like there's a Hershey's chocolate stout I've had before. It's very similar to that. This is really good, though. All right, I have a event at the Cavern Club. It's a Wines Around the World event for Latitudes Rewards members, Platinum and above. And then after this, we're going to be heading to the art show. They have different countries and areas set up, different wines, information about them. And when you get in, you get a wine glass. I'm here at the wine tasting, and of course today's the first nice day as we're heading out. This is beautiful. This is a really nice event. All the wines here are very expensive. They even have little buckets you could dump your wine in if it's not good enough for you, which is a crazy concept. But this is very nice for platinum and higher levels. Time for art auction.
We'll do a lookout for you and see how much your.
I still can't believe that today, of course, is the nice clear sky day. The day, of course, we're heading back out to sea. There was just something jumping in the water there. So I know some people had said that they had seen the Northern Lights the past 2 nights, but we haven't seen anything because of the clouds. But you know, we'll check again tonight. It said that the activity level was going to be pretty low, but we'll definitely take a look because it is very clear and beautiful. Finally, we're getting a beautiful sunset. Beautiful mountains with the sunset on the other side. We're gonna eat at Los Lobos. We have this coupon. Dinner for 2 at a specialty restaurant and a bottle of wine. So this is the complimentary wine list you can choose from. So pretty good selection. All right, so the way it works is you can pick 2 appetizers. So like an appetizer, something to share, or salad. So you pick 2 of these, and then you pick 1 entree. So tacos, enchiladas, or house specialties. Got some chips and salsa. Got our complimentary glass of wine, or bottle of wine. Went with the Sauvignon Blanc from Italy. All right, so we got the tortilla soup, empanadas, queso fundido, and then I also got a tortilla soup. All right, we both got the carne asada. Not too big, but it's a good size. The appetizer portions were huge. And then it also came with some refried beans and rice. For the dessert, we got the tres leches and the fried beignets. So it's nighttime now, obviously. And I had commented earlier about the aft balcony being too smoky. But here's the thing. It's only in that one area. The rest of the sky, I know you can't see it. There's the moon, though. It's completely clear. So I really don't think that this smoke hindered our seeing the Northern Lights. Good morning on the last day of our cruise. Well, the last full day, because tomorrow we disembark. Much calmer seas today than our last sea day. So far, so good. We have some beautiful views over here of the mountains of British Columbia. And as you can see, much better, much calmer seas than our last sea day, which was really rough. Nice clear skies. It's actually very sunny out. It's very nice out today. Haven't decided yet if I'm going to go in the pool or the water slides. Probably not. But we have a few things going on today. We're going to go to the art auction. And then we will be in Victoria, British Columbia this evening. Get off the ship, walk around for about an hour or 2. Should be a nice final day here. Once again at Starbucks. the Starbucks drink package was definitely worth it. Even if we had to pay, it was definitely worth it compared to, you know, doing like the alcohol package or anything like that. Because, you know, throughout the day you can go for a hot drink, a cold drink, a refreshing drink, etc. versus forcing yourself to drink, you know, 6 to 10 drinks per day to break even on the drink package. Nice sunny day. People out at the pool. And you even have people going down the slide. Beautiful view across as well. Orca whale out here. See if it comes back up. Sometimes there it goes. Oh. Yep, orca. There, dove. All right, we got somebody in there. Let's watch him go. So if you do get laundry, this is what it ends up looking like. They put in a nice little basket for you. And it's all nicely organized and folded. And again, this is complimentary if you are platinum, but if you wait long enough during the week, they have a bag for $34. We've had just the perfect last day of cruising. Look how nice and calm the seas are. And of course, we checked the weather for next week, and it's going to be sunny all week in Alaska. But that's all right. Leaves us something to desire for next time. What is it? All right, I got the arugula salad. And Brian got the caprese salad. Okay, we got the entree size fettuccine. And I got the beef tenderloin with, when they said ravioli, they meant one singular ravioli. Tiramisu. Absolutely beautiful sunset here in Victoria, British Columbia. Just came back to the room so we could watch us docking. Just came back from La Cucina. Delicious, delicious dinner. And we have about 4 hours here tonight. We're gonna go walk around a bit. And then come back on the ship, have a little nightcap, and call it a cruise. Absolutely spectacular mountains across the way. Beautiful ending to a great week in Alaska. The nice thing is that even if you're at the back of the ship, there's always a bridge cam on TV. It's channel 2. And so you can always see what's going on ahead of you. And we have our pilot boat out here, chilling off the back. And some locals on the pier admiring the first cruise ship of the season.
Like I said, this is the first of the season too, so I can ready for ops.
Here we have Chinatown. It's the first Chinatown in Canada, correct?
Oldest.
Oh yeah, right here. Canada's oldest Chinatown. As soon as you get to this area, all the street signs are different. And the big entrance. The crosswalk has all of the zodiac symbols. It's pretty cool. And you can also see the light poles are different here. And we have the welcoming arch. There's a time capsule down here to be opened in 2081. And there's some interesting information. The Gate of the Harmonious Interest. And it was built in 1981, which matches the time capsule to be opened 100 years later. And here's the street behind the gate. And I love the cherry blossoms in bloom as well. Take a look at this tree here. It's just really fitting for the street. Even though we've seen the cherry blossoms in other parts as we were walking here from the cruise ship as well. It just looks really, really nice on the street. They all kind of hit the light just right, or the light hits them just right. I wish this sign was lit up. This one would probably be really cool looking with the neon. Meow meow. This also looks like it'd be a really cool sign lit up. And just one more look the other way. And here we are back at the Norwegian Bliss. In case you can't figure out which way to go, you go this way for the cruise ship, or the other way to go downtown.